Getting older was like, oh, when is this gonna end? Oh my god, is she
It's
actually
funny.
talking about getting older though? She's 19.
No, yeah, that song's a grower. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, getting older actually is one of my favorites, believe it or
Really?
not. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Back in business for another episode.
Back in business again.
Again, another episode of the Boys Review.
Yeah.
We're just getting started. We've got a lot of episodes coming up for you guys. So give us a like and subscribe. You can follow us on YouTube. YouTube. We're on YouTube.
That's what we're on right now. Yeah.
We're on right now. We got our Instagram going and we got Facebook and Twitter. So give us a shout out on there. Leave us a comment below if you got any suggestions, because we want to cover the music that you guys like. We want to cover the music that we like, but we want to cover the stuff that you guys like. There's an album you want us to tear apart or fawn over or fanboy over, just let us know in the comments. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Today we are covering Billie Eilish's new album. What's it called?
Happier Than Ever.
Happier Than Ever. That's
yeah.
So sorry.
Good timing. Disney decided that they were going to do a documentary on this. She's did a performance or something. I didn't see it, but I got all these ads and it was really jarring. It was like Billie Eilish in Happier Than Ever, Disney presents, and it was like very jarring because Billie Eilish, every time she's in a picture, she looks like
very
serious. You know, that's her thing. But it was like Disney extravaganza. So I was like,
when I saw that, I was like, it's Disney, it's gonna suck. I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about it, but yeah, maybe it'll be good. If you're a diehard, you'll probably go see it.
It just doesn't work with this album for me.
No, it's too low key.
Not that kind of album at all.
It's that kind of album, you know.
Like there are songs on it, which we'll see, that have like a Disney-esque quality, but it's almost ironic. It's not supposed to be.
No,
you know, it's not.
If anything, the title track is super. Like there's swearing in it. I don't know how well that's
sarcastic. She's not actually happier than ever. Like,
no, she's not. But that's what I like about it. It's I was gonna say we could even start with the title track.
Happier Than Ever.
My favorites.
Oh man, I love that song. It's really good. And I honestly think, because I've met a lot of people who are like, oh, Billie Eilish, she's that singer who kind of just whispers and stuff, and she just whispers and it's just like synth pop and very negative about it. But this song, whoa, it's like it proves everyone wrong. She's like screaming in this one. It's really good.
She can really sing. That's what I liked about it too. I was like, okay, finally she's showing some emotion. I just felt like, because for me, the reason I stayed away from Billie Eilish for so long is because I felt like there was just a lot of hype around her. And I can be a bit of a hype beast myself, but I just felt like with her, also she like maybe just appealed to a certain demographic, and I couldn't see why I would enjoy listening to her. And there's just a lot of attention around her that's not really music related.
That's fair. I think, it's fair. She's like one of those artists that like got a super amount of attention, and then the song she was famous for, like Bad Guy, like it's not a bad song, it's catchy, but it's not her best. Like not remotely. It's not her deepest song by any means. And so people read into that and they think it's autobiographical, and like it's just it's a load of.
Yeah, I know. Well, I agree. Well, but you know what? That's what I love about this. What we do is that like it's like a musical journey. I never thought I'd be listening to Billie Eilish at some point this year, but here we are, right?
Right?
I know. I wouldn't have thought it. And she wasn't what I expected. I expected something different. I didn't expect her voice to be so kind of like low key, which I'll admit was a little bit like annoying for me. I was like, come on. It's just, where's the emotion? Where's the passion? But that's what's different about her, right? She's not like your Leona Lewis. Although I do hear a lot of like Demi Lovato and who's the other one? Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, she can do that. She can belt. But that's what I kind of like. There's a lot of restraint in her singing. And to be fair, it's like bedroom pop. So it's like so it's supposed to sound really intimate. So like I get it. It's a stylistic choice. So
That's
I
true.
do. A lot of people are like, oh, she can't sing. She can only whisper. It's like, no, she can sing.
She can sing.
But yeah, you're right. That style's not for everyone though.
It's not for everyone, and it's not a car banger. It's not the kind of thing you're gonna crank up in the car, unless like for me, the car banger track is like I didn't change my number, because
that's a good one.
that's a good one. That one caught my attention. Getting older was like, oh, when is this gonna end? Oh my god, is she actually talking about getting older though? She's 19.
No, yeah, that song's a grower. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, getting older actually is one of my favorites. Believe it or not. Yeah, I love it. It's not about getting older. It's actually really dark.
I didn't think it really was, because I knew.
Yeah, at first I thought it was about her like relationship with like fame and the media and being like unhappy with that. But then there's mention in the last lyric about like like some guy who like groomed her potentially. I don't know how like autobiographical any of this is, but it kind of gives the context of getting older of the title a totally different meaning, like a very dark, very very dark meaning.
I got the sense there's something ironic about it. I didn't think it was really about getting older, because as I was explaining to myself, I'm like, it's not really, because she's one of the youngest like for like her popularity, she's really young, and like that's why I'm like, getting older, come on, like, not that she's probably lived more lifetimes than one than me at this point. I mean, she's 19, but it's like, not that age really matters necessarily. It's just from her perspective. Maybe she's saying like, well, I'm not going to be this, like you said, it's not about getting older. So scratch that. But
I don't know the song about that. But yeah, no. But fair enough. It is pretty, like, it's definitely one of the most like low key songs on the album.
Yeah.
And you're right. I didn't change my number. There's a few songs on here that are like bangers, which is a lot like her first album. So she has a few. Like that one, I think is a banger. And then like, oh, I love Therefore I Am. That's a good one.
Yes, I like that one too. That was one of my favorites.
That one's so great. That one's like the big, like, F you to the media.
To the media and yeah.
Whatever you say. It's kind of like Way I Am by Eminem. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's like whatever you think I am or not,
Yeah. I am whatever you say I am. And
yeah.
That's what I liked about it too. It's cool. And I also like the ones like Not My Responsibility is kind of runs more as a monologue, kind of. She's kind of addressing a lot of her critics, which is really cool.
Yeah, I thought that's pretty cool. I'll be honest, like it's not something I would listen to every single time.
No, me either.
Get tired. Like it's not music. But I feel like that's not for me also. Like, like it forced me to look at myself and be like, okay, like I'm a 30-year-old white guy.
Yeah, I know.
Like, like this isn't for me. This is for like someone who's going through this.
Exactly.
Yeah, and needs to hear this. So I think it definitely has its place on the album. It's just not.
I like, that's a good point. And that's a point that actually one of our other favorite YouTubers, Todd in the Shadows, talks about. He's like, it's just not really for me to decide. Like it's just doesn't.
Exactly.
And it's a good point. It's like as a listener, sometimes you have to kind of like step back and say, okay, this isn't about me. This is about the person.
Exactly.
And that's
why I like this album.
Off the track.
Even though like I might be too old for it to really fully impact me, I still like it. I get excited about it because I'm like, oh, this is an overall positive album. It has a positive message for like kids listening. It's not like the usual kid music that they throw at kids that is just like the most shallow, generic, damaging to one's self-image. So I kind of like the different in that way,
Yeah, no, me too. And I think if anything, like listening to this album, actually I gained more of an appreciation for her that maybe I hadn't had before. Like now I know more. I didn't know anything. I barely knew anything about her. I mean, I just, aside from like what you hear in the media, like, oh, did you hear what she said or what she did? But when I saw this on yours, I was like curious. I was like, wait, this isn't Billie Eilish. Like, I think this would be a good idea to review it. And I can say, like, honestly, as a whole, the tracks that really stand out for me, I think Therefore I Am, Happier Than Ever, Oxytocin. Male Fantasy is a great one. Male Fantasy is the last track
Yeah,
actually.
that one grew on me.
That one really grew on
I
me.
find it's the Taylor Swift song in the album for me.
Yeah, it's kind of
No,
like
I mean, yeah,
it's kind of like your because I was listening to it and it was a really rainy day and it just it was nice rainy day music. It was super
yeah, for
chill.
sure.
I liked it and I think there was another one that I but the other ones like Everybody Dies, Overheated,
Yeah.
Haley's Comet. I honestly thought that was called Billy's Comet. I am so old. Billy's
Billy's
Comet.
Comet. That sounds like the worst album title of all time.
Yeah,
What's
it
your
really
next
does.
one? Billy's Comet. Or it's
Well,
gonna be like Billie Jean King, and she's gonna be like holding a tennis
yeah.
racket.
This is what's
Okay.
good about reviewing albums like this. You get to laugh at stuff like this because it's like, hey, I didn't know that like, like I didn't know this track was called that, or like it'd be really funny if it's called Billy's Con, like Billy Bossa Nova. It's just like putting her name in places, I guess, like Billy Bossa
Yeah,
Nova.
that's not the greatest title I've ever
I don't
heard.
like it either. I know you get to
I
laugh at.
mean,
That's the great thing. Laugh at
we
song
get it.
titles.
We get it, Billie Eilish. You wrote a bossa nova song. It's super cool, but
Yeah.
it's kind of title, Like I don't know.
We have a thing for artists who just when they congratulate themselves, we just don't. It's like when the
Yeah,
even
when you're
we
putting
did
your
the Bare Naked
name,
Ladies, like with the Bare
yeah,
Naked
when you're putting your
Ladies.
yeah, when you're putting your name or like anything in the title, it's like oof, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like if you write a song that says like Sean is so great, no one would take you seriously, you know? Like
Sean Hungry. It's like, I think that's about food.
I
I'm
think it's
not
about
sure though.
food. I could be wrong.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know. Are there any other tracks that we should? Because I'm not trying to cut things short. I'm just thinking like it's such a long album. That's my other criticism.
yeah, my complaint about it as well. It is too long. It does
It's
not
too
need to
long.
be. Rarely is an album 56 minutes and like perfect. In my opinion. I mean,
No,
there
I know
are exceptions. There are exceptions.
there are for sure.
But and good on her for having the ambition to like have an album of this scope like that for your second album. That's pretty amazing. But yeah, some of these they're saying the same things as other songs, but like they're not captivating me. Like so the ones you said, all the track like Billy's Comet, and
Billy's Comet.
Overheated, and Everybody Dies, like and Goldwing. Those go right in one ear and out the other for
I
me.
think Goldwing was where I took a break from the album, or it was when I was like listening to it recently. I was like, oh,
I think it's
okay.
supposed to be an interlude. Like it's supposed to be like,
Okay.
But then like Lost Cause is good, but it's not like this epic that like needed an interlude, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I like Lost Cause. It has like a cool trip hop beat in the back, like a little bit of Portishead in there. I thought that was pretty cool. And it's about like a loser, like dating a loser. I thought that was pretty cool. And My Future, I really like My Future. It takes some time. It's like getting used to, but the lyrics are like amazing.
I confuse that with and this is really funny, but for some reason I thought she was talking about like her future husband, and I thought it.
Oh no, not
No,
Megan Trainor. No.
that's what I thought too. Yeah, I kind of thought I was like, is this like a
No,
rehashing of Megan Trainor? I really don't.
no.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you
Good.
would like this one. It was. I think from what I read, it was like a COVID inspired one, where she was like single, and it's all about like in being independent and
Right.
being
Fine.
more like wanting to be alone and being in love
Yeah.
with your most ambitions and goals. That's such a positive thing for
And
like
that's a really good thing to hear for sure.
exactly. I think like young people to hear that is like, most pop stars are always about like head over heels following in
Yeah, like
love.
find someone or be with
Yeah,
someone. It's nice to hear one person be like, you know what? I'm cool with being alone.
yeah. Like
I've got enough problems
loser.
and I don't need to
Yeah.
invite more. That's it. I agree. I agree.
It was good. Yeah,
So
it's that's a good one for me. And I think it shows her singing really like she has a really soulful voice on that one, like borderline Amy Winehouse going on.
ooh, we like Amy Winehouse.
Super encouraging.
Yeah.
Like I just see a lot of potential in Billie Eilish. I think that's why I like her. I think
I
there's
think
like
so too.
a lot of potential.
Well, I'm sure we'll review like another album
Yeah, I
at
didn't
some
I
point.
didn't like her first album. I know lots of people loved it. They were like, "Oh, this is the best album of the year." It just, I don't know.
Didn't do it
Maybe
for
it
you.
wasn't for me also.
Mm.
Like there's some songs on it I love, but yeah.
But this one's cool. I think for me, uh like I didn't change my number will be on my end of year playlist. If I was just to pick one, but again, you could
That
pick
one's
up
fun.
5 tracks and you could skip a bunch. Overall, it's a pretty solid album. I
Yeah, I
recommend.
give it I guess we're giving it a final rating now. I don't know.
I for going out of
Good.
10, I'd give it an 80%. I'm feeling like it's an honor roll album.
Wow, you can say you gave it an 8 out of 10.
I think
Oh,
it's an
that's
8 out of 10. Is that too generous? She's like is
I was
7 out
gonna
of
give it,
10?
yeah, I was gonna give it roughly in between, yeah, maybe 7.5.
7.5. I'm gonna go with a 7.5. Not just I'm
Yeah,
agree. I'm saying I think it's more of a 7.5 because there's some room
I
for growth here. Like
yeah, there's some
yeah.
like the songs that are really good are really, really good, but there's some that just like don't need to be
They just don't do
there.
it for me. I agree. There's
It
some
makes,
that I
yeah,
just like, I don't know how I'm gonna review this song because I can't remember what it sounds like.
I know.
I can't. It's just there's parts of it that are memorable, but and I listened to it
Yeah,
like 3 or 4 times. By the fourth or fifth
I've
listen,
heard it.
I was
Yeah,
like, I died. That song still doesn't do it for me.
yeah,
Mm,
I agree. It's the second half just kind of drops at the beginning,
mhm,
and I think that from what I've talked to people who have listened to it, that's where it lost them, which
mhm,
is
mhm.
unfortunate because I find like the last little run there at the end, like therefore I am happier than ever. Male fantasy is super strong,
I agree. That's
but
where it picks up. It
it
really
might
picks up
lose
towards
you.
the end.
Yeah,
It
it
starts
might not make
slow.
it.
Like it starts off slow. Like you could easily cut out stuff like Billy's Comet and Lost, all those stuff, but it really does pick up towards the end. It's
Yeah,
a it's a it's a solid album. I'll give it that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I think that wraps it up, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Again, if you guys got any suggestions, if you like this, give us a
Yeah.
like and subscribe. See you guys on the other side.